Good day, good day, good day. Every time I see you now, get that look in my eye. Every time I see your mouth, I hear that smile. In the early misty morning light, I heard the engine turning in the old Ford outside. It's the Grammys 50 years of hip hop is on right now, so he's doing a little rapping. You rapping? Yeah, it's a good boy. Oh, that's a good boy. Oh, that's a good boy. Oh. Okay. Yes, good boy. Good evening. Welcome. Happy Sunday night. Hello, Pate. Blessed be the Champy. Indeed, blessed be the Champy. Hallowed be thy howl. Lovely image here from Ted. It's the AI Learning Lab digital Christmas tree truck. Some lovely, a nice spicy Trader Joe's ginger ale. I should start doing drink sponsors, shouldn't I? Hello, it's Juan Valdez from Colombian Coffee. Fantastic, Bob. So ginger beer, coffee, and then LaCroix grapefruit seltzer. A little spritzer. I got a little spritzer going. All right. Fair warning. If you're new here, I'm annoying. I sing in between things. Apparently that gets people flummoxed enough that they ask about it. So just know that that's coming. And not like singing like I just did with the guitar. No. Like la 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 la. Strange songs, hums. Just it's it's the ADD talking. Kyle wants to make sure his kidneys work. Well, I live in Denver. Honest to God, if you ever move to the high desert, just be fair warned. Drinking fluids is a profession. It was like the first 3 years I lived here. I'm like, why do I have so many headaches? Why do I have headaches when I wake up in the morning? It's dehydration. Like it's you got to drink a lot. All right. I lived in Salt Lake City for 5 years. See? Oh man. Okay, so we'll get going. I got some. If you remember, if you've been to this channel more than once, you know I've got this fancy little chart thing. And I give you like these things you got to screenshot. Well, guess what? I added that shit to the AI Salon website, so you don't have to screenshot it anymore. But you do have to join the salon to go get it. but it's cool. Look at this. Look, all this stuff, all these links, I got on a Mighty Networks page. But you got to hang out. You can't just go there. Right now, well, you can if you're part of the AI Salon. But that's coming. We got that coming. So you got that to look forward to. What else? So I can delete the 10,000 screenshots I have of your computer screen? No, Source Camp. You have to keep those. If you're a true neurodivergent, digital hoarding is part of the affliction. So no, you just might need those screenshots someday. You're gonna turn them into a lovely doily. That you print them out on fabric and you're going to turn them into a lovely doily someday. So no, I would not get rid of those screenshots. No, I would not. Oh, man. All right, Lunatics just north of Tampa. I've got family in Tampa. Is Vicky in here? I know Vicky was dealing with some stuff. She emailed me earlier, so she may or may not be. Lived in Denver and Loveland. Pate can confirm dry. Electrical arcs. When you pull the blanket off the bed, it's so true. Static electricity here is a hazard. Someone appreciated the digital hoarding comment. Yeah. I mean, anybody else have, like, can you see it? No, down here. This box right here is full of nothing but hard drives. What's on those hard drives? I don't know, but it's really important that I don't get rid of them because I've had them for 5 decades. All right. Vicky is here and present. How dare you question her presence? She is here and accounted for. Good evening, good day. Hi, Kyle. Every life starts on your smile. Aw, that's very sweet. Wait, it isn't everywhere? What isn't everywhere? Do. See, this singing is the thing people annoys. Do you mean the 1 megabyte hard drives from the 70s and 80s? Yeah, and things like SciQuest drive cartridges for the digital magazine you started in 1994. Oh yeah, 44 megabytes of goodness here. Anything still on it? Who knows? No one has these anymore. Oh man. All right, so welcome. My name is Kyle Shannon. This is the AI Learning Lab. If you're new here, what we do around these parts is, Kyle, you need a Stanley Cup for Christmas. I do. I need so many things for Christmas. Let's see. Have any questions about AI? Pop them in the comments below. I'll do what I can to answer them. We'll demo some stuff. We'll dig into ChatGPT. We were playing with Bard a little bit last night. I know you heard Pate. I don't think you were here. You were here last night, but we did play with a little Bard last night. And it did pretty good. I don't know what. Hold, please. Someone's asking me a question. Sorry. I got my Omega drive right here, solid. AI Salon I can't open. AI Salon I can't open in my laptop. It's just a website. Mighty Networks is just a website. What are you talking about? Emilio's wife is asking, is she late? Yes. Champ already sang. You missed Champ singing. There was a whole rash of Champies. Champy's the reason I come. Who's this fat guy? You missed all that. I was very minimally here. Cool. Sorry to miss it. Okay. Glad to hear it. It's at least not terrible. No, you know what, Pate? What was interesting about Bard is, so I've done a couple of times. I've done creative writing exercises between, Claude and Bard or ChatGPT and Bard, and I actually thought Bard did qualitatively better than ChatGPT 3.5. Yeah. On a scientific comparison of like 3 prompts, but it was good. It was really good. The ChatGPT 3.5 minimize characters per response now. I don't think so. Where's my mouse? ChatGPT 3.5. They're not saying that they did. Write me a 5,000 word epic poem about a dog that sings whenever a guitar is played. That looks pretty long. That was a pretty long response. I don't know. It's possible. I mean, when Dolly first came out, it generated 4 images, and then it generated 2 images, and now it generates 1 image. But if you use the Dolly GPT, it generates 2. There's a little trick for you. What's your opinion on ChatGPT becoming lazy? It seems like the lazy lobby has got a good PR firm. I don't know. First of all, I don't know what ChatGPT being lazy means. I see a lot of people talking about it. I saw that ChatGPT, like a Twitter site from ChatGPT, I think it was the official one, responded to it and said, nothing's been changed since November 11th, so we're not sure what you're talking about, but we're looking into it. It's possible. So one of the things that happens with these large language models is something called model drift. I don't understand a ton about it. My assumption about model drift was, as the engineers dicked around with the thing on the back end and tried to make it better, they would sometimes make it worse. But if indeed OpenAI hasn't mucked with it since November 11th, and we're now on December 10th, it's been a month that they haven't mucked with it, I don't know. Maybe it's possible. I do not know. Lazy, refuses not to do things unless pushed. I haven't experienced it, but I'm trying to think of like the stuff that I've been using it with. I had a couple of weird things where I tried to transcribe a video that was in Japanese, and it transcribed some of it in Japanese and some of it in English and some of it in like Indonesian or something. Like, it was weird. It's possible there's weirdness going on. So one of the things we talk about in here a lot is, I talk about in here a lot, is that your expectations of these here large language models should be relatively low. They are all, the technical term for it is janky pieces of shit. Everything right now is a bit of a jank, just because of the nature of how early we are in whatever this stuff does. And if you look at what is rumored to be, not rumored to be, what is confirmed to be called Q-Star, but is rumored to be some remarkable tool that's going to make ChatGPT a shitload better. we're probably not that far away from these tools being really, 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 really good. So I would say just be patient. Just expect that things are gonna crap out. Pate, if nobody has changed it, then it's likely an input middle component that they changed. Yeah, that makes sense. Because so you've got your underlying large language model down here, GPT-4 or 4.5, whichever one it is. And then you have ChatGPT, which is an application layer. So it's possible that they modified some things in the application layer, just in how it calls, how it talks to the underlying large language model. It's possible they put in some new safety guardrail that screwed something up. I don't know. I do not need this. Is not something. This is all I can do here is speculate, and Pate loves a good speculation. That's why he comes, because Pate goes to other sites for factual information, but he comes here for Chat TMZ. I noticed today it kept giving me the steps to do something instead of just creating the thing itself. Zay, I've had that drives me fucking bonkers. I tend not to have it with ChatGPT 4. I get it more with 3.5, and I'll get it with some of the other things as well. Pi is horrible at that. I went back and forth with Pi one day about a dozen times, just saying, just give me the answer. I appreciate that you're frustrated and really want the answer, but can you tell me why you want the answer? Because I want the fucking answer! Because I want it. I want it now. I don't want to be arguing with these bots that have weird personalities. That's another thing that we've discovered here on Yield Live is that the bots, they definitely have personalities. And I think this is something that we're going to talk about at the water cooler. Well, will there be a water cooler? I don't know. We don't go to the office anymore. It's going to be something we talk about on Zoom calls for a while. You're not going to believe what Sydney did today. She's such a little bitch sometimes. Oh, man. When messing around with scripts, it says hashtag ADD the rest here. Got to push it to fill it all in. Oh, yeah. I have noticed that it truncates things. That one's a weird one. So maybe I have experienced it. I've experienced the truncation things. The truncation thing. Where it just doesn't. In fact, I experienced it today. When I went. So I took my slides of all the hyperlinks that I tell you all to go look at. Saved it as a PDF, imported it into ChatGPT, and I said, make this list. It skipped a slide consistently. There was one slide it just skipped, the pie slide. And then other slides, it just included like 2 of the links, not 4 of the links. I have no idea what was going on with it. It was weird. And I had to keep yelling at it. So yeah, maybe it's a thing. I don't know. Lower your expectations in life. In life in general. If you can have no expectations, you'll never be disappointed. I would say your expectations of the Chat GPTs of the world today should be 0, and everything else is gravy. So it's a lot of gravy right now. There's a lot of good stuff going on. So hey guys, I posted a photo and a poem into Show and Tell. You need to click on it to read the poem. Okay, cool. We'll check that out. Watching the Cowboy game too. Very nice. Am I the only one that had everything freeze? Kyle, you should read the poem Steve-O posted just on Show and Tell when you can. Okay, I will go do that. What is your personal favorite use case for AI? Mumphy, ChatGPT has definitely been grumpy. My personal favorite use case for AI. I don't know. There's so many. Like, it almost depends, like, in what area of my life or business. I'm really excited about my company's new AI features. So it's like what we've created is a content generation machine where you upload a video and then it just starts auto magically building shit. It's cool. So that I'm happy with. I think as a broad category, the thing that Dolly 3, so being able to generate images in the context of a conversation for me is huge because I love like talking and, hand waving, things like that. And the fact it can just make images is really powerful. And then I think if you're talking just like pure large language model, like a thing it does that just blows me away consistently is its ability to read large documents and let you interact with them. So a couple of weeks ago in here, I uploaded one of my screenplays, a 30-year-old screenplay I haven't looked at in 2 decades. And it instantly read it, gave me a Hollywood log line, described the most visually interesting scenes, generated images for those scenes. Like it totally brought it back to life for me. Like that kind of stuff, and then code interpreter where you can upload a CSV file of data and it just reads the data and analyzes it for you. So for me, it's like the thing on the surface that ChatGPT is good at is, generating things. Write a poem about quantum mechanics. Ooh, look how neat. But the thing that just really blows me away is, especially if it's like a chunk of data that I know something about, and it just reads it. It reads an entire screenplay in seconds and then tells you about it. It's like, holy shit. That to me is just wild. So let me go. Let's go do something here. We're gonna hop over to the Mighty Networks, to the AI Salon. Oh, there we go. And we are going to go to Welcome to the Salon. Okay, so this is the AI Salon. It's this community space that we've created. This channel, the AI Learning Lab, in a lot of ways is an extension of this community called the AI Salon. And we just moved to Mighty Networks about a month ago. And it's really coming along nicely. And it's got all sorts of resources, which I'll talk about what the salon's about in a second. We've got like a water cooler discussion, a welcome wagon, where if you're new, you introduce yourself to the community, show and tell, which we're going to go look at Steve's poem right now. There's a news channel. There's tools and resources, which I'm going to show you a page I just added to that. And then there's guilds, and the guilds are really amazing. So there's a 101 guild if you're a beginner. There's a art guild, a writing guild, a business guild. Pate runs the mechanics guild, which is geeky. There's healthcare. There's video. We're going to be adding an education guild. Hey, Kyle, I'm an iOS dev. Am I going to be obsolete in 5 years? No, it's probably going to be more like 2 years. I would say... Now, are you going to be obsolete? No, but if you're not AI literate, if you're not an AI literate iOS dev, then I think that it's going to be increasingly tough to find work if you're not AI literate. Why are they called guilds? Because when we talk about the AI Salon, what we talk about is being a community of extraordinary adventurers exploring the AI unknown. So see this kind of fantasy, adventure pack heading off into the great abyss of AI. So we describe who we are as a ragtag group of misfits, ne'er-do-wells, and miscreants who have gathered to explore the uncharted wilderness of generative AI. So it's guild like olden-timey guilds. So think communities of interest, right? So you've got someone leading the guild that is really passionate about that. And then you have a group of people that opt in to hang out, go to meetings, learn about things, do things together. The other thing about the salon is our values. So these values are derived from like what this community is already about. And so the reason we put them on here is we want people to join that resonate with these. So curiosity is one of them. Generosity is another one. Like, if you learn something, share it. Like, don't be stingy. Like, be generous. Why not? The stuff's changing every 3 months, every month. Christ, every 3 months. Every month. Exploration. We want people that are on this adventure, choosing to be on this adventure. We want people that are collaborative and want to work together. We want people that are willing to, work with people from all different professions, education backgrounds, experience backgrounds. Like, none of that shit should matter because everyone's trying to figure this stuff out. And then the final one is empathy. We want people that recognize that everyone's going through some stuff, and that we're willing to be people first and then technology second. So anyway, so that's what it's about. So let's go to, and I'll tell you how to get here in a second, but let's go to show and tell. Show and tell. Ooh, that's beautiful. Who's that? Be not afraid. That's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Have you seen the great Maryland tree in the woods? Jenny Yu. I'm fascinated by mid-journey hallucinations. The three-legged partridge is growing on me. On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a three-legged partridge in a patry. That's awesome. Okay, Steve-O. All right, here's the... There's the... I think that's supposed to be me or Fat Alec Baldwin, which I've been accused of. But, all right. Let's do the poem. All right. Oh, God. Here we go. On TikTok night, Kyle's plan took flight while dressed as Santa, spreading delight. See, what he's trying to do is he's trying to get me to dress like this on Christmas. This is I'm totally being baited here, people. With a ho-ho-ho and a cheer so bright, Kyle brought joy, a festive delight. In his Santa suit for all to see, a TikTok star with ADD. Welcome to Chat ADD. His laughter echoed a merry stream, a jollier Santa has seldom been seen. With every post his spirit grew, sharing AI wonders to me and you. In a world where likes and shares are the key, he filled TikTok with holiday glee. Through the lens his joy did beam. This is our Kyle's favorite stream. Oh, it's beautiful. Awesome. Thank you. There we go. And that's pretty much what it looks like here. Although that desk is much more neat than mine is. The hair is on point though. But here's the glue's holding right now, but you'll see by the end we'll lose it. That's awesome. Let's see what else we got going in show and tell. So the show and tell channel, as you can imagine, is make cool shit and put it there. The ADHD beacon, very nice. This is how we all found each other, Vicky. That's great. That's, what's funny? That in a lot of ways, that's what this channel is. I'm also noticing that the pace the pace of change with this AI stuff is so fast that neurodivergent people and ADDers and OCDers and all the acronymers tend to be migrating to it because it's just every day's a fucking endorphin rush of, oh wait, everything's completely different. Okay, let me try to figure this out. Holy shit, what do I do? How do I do? It's just it's frenetic all the time. I need to double check, but I don't think those things, three legs, are technically hallucinations. Oh, the bait is working. HR is going to be busy tomorrow. Hysterical. I love it. Start a poll. The hair. I know. Love the hair, right? I told ChatGPT to be people first, technology second, and it was offended. Yeah, that's funny. When Larry Page and Elon Musk were having dinner one night while they were still speaking, they got in a big fight over AI, and Larry Page called Elon Musk a speciesist. Larry Page was offended that Elon thought people were more important than the bots. We've drawn into the live and we don't know. Oh, we're drawn into the live and we don't know why. Come to the live. Welcome. Just keep coming. Everything's going to be fine. You're going to have a lovely evening tonight. Relax and breathe. Let's go in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Fantastic. All right. Now what I want you to do is close your eyes and think deeply. All right. How can I share what I create? Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. To get to the AI Salon, go to that address, thesalon.ai. That's our fancy AI URL. That thing costs $250 flippin' dollars. So use it well. That will take you to a link tree. The first link in the link tree is to the community, to the AI Salon website. It's a Mighty Networks website. So the address of Mighty Networks is aisalon.mn.co, but the .co screws people up. So just go to the salon.ai, click on the first link. There's a merch store there if you like the logo. We've got a 1-year anniversary logo that I think is going to be on sale through tonight. So the 1-year anniversary, our 1-year anniversary was last week. I started the salon a week after ChatGPT started because I lost my fucking mind. and a little bit about my background. So I've been an entrepreneur for decades, and I started one of the first digital agencies in 1994. So I was there for the early days of the World Wide Web, and I never thought in my lifetime that I would be at the beginning of something that was going to change the world ever again. And here we are. So this AI stuff, in my opinion, it's got all the hallmarks of what was happening with the web in '94 when I stumbled onto that. Except this AI stuff is moving a hell of a lot faster and it's a hell of a lot more capable. Just remember, if Kyle asks us to cut off our families, we are 100% in a cult. Until then, we're good. Listen, anyone who's not into AI is not someone you'd want to talk to anyway. Don't go home for Christmas. Stay with me. Yeah, exactly. When it goes there, but here's the nice thing about this channel is everyone will tell me, all right, that's the line, Kyle, knock it off. All right, enough now. So we're good right now. But I'll tell you, this community really is. I mean, I don't know if it's cult-like, but it's very close. There's a lot of people that show up here night after night. They're called the irregulars because they are. They named themselves that, not me. But it's just the perfect name. And it's a really cool bunch of people. And so we all now hang out at the salon. And so what you do is you go to that link, you go to the salon.ai, you click on that first link for Mighty Networks, and then you join. And then my request is, the first place I want you to visit is Welcome to the Salon. Like, go read about, who we are and why we do what we do and what the values are. Read about the values. And then go to the welcome wagon and introduce yourself. So hello room, here's Ivan. So welcome, Ivan. Tell us who you are. Tell us what you do. Tell us where you are in the AI journey. Be generous with it. That's one of the values. And then the water cooler is just a discussion, kind of a free-for-all discussion. And the show and tell channel is where you can share what you're doing. And so basically at the top of the show and tell channel, once you join, it says share what's on your mind. We've got a feed and you just put stuff in there. Oh, that's cool. The Kool-Aid AI Lab. That's really cool. Who did that? Charlie Ubelli. Very cool. Nice. This image spontaneously created in response to people first, technology second. Oh, I love that, actually. I love that. In a lot of ways, that's kind of what goes on here night after night. Like, that's kind of what's happening here. I wish we were in Central Park, having a picnic together. But we sort of are. No, it's not Kyle. Thanks, Danielle. No, it's not Kyle. Rude, shakes my head. That's where I'm going if I keep up with the pancakes. God, I love that one. There's the three-legged quail. There's drunk Santa with my iced coffee. Cheers. See? Very, very nice. You had a link that said ADHD. Did I? Where? I don't know. This one? It might have just been a hashtag. Someone put in ADHD. This one's in show and tell. Oh, the other thing we've been doing the other night is people have been doing Christmas ornaments. So AI Salon and AI Learning Lab Christmas ornaments. Oh, and this is thanks, Ted. So um, in my reminder video that I did today, I attempted to say steampunk, and I said steampuck. So Ted went ahead and obliged and made me a steampunk puck. This is the kind of trolling that I appreciate in this channel because you love it. It's awesome, but at the same time, it's like, man, there's just no relenting. I suppose I didn't have to upload the video with the stumble in it, but listen, authenticity. Do you know that authenticity is the Merriam-Webster word of the year for 2023? With all this talk of AI, authenticity is the thing people are searching. Why? Because technology is too cold, motherfuckers. Which OpenAI model has the largest context window? That would be ChatGPT 4, which is now up to... What's it up to? 200,000, right? Or 150? I don't know. I don't remember. But it's big. It's big now. I feel we need to 3D print them all and put them on our trees. I know. They're so cool. The Christmas images are so cool. Look at that one. That's cute. Stable diffusion. Prompt, extreme close-up of a tired firefighter. That's actually really good. Does he have weird eyes? Not. Maybe a little funkiness going on right there, but that's something you could fix with generative fill. Thank you, Joker. That one's awesome. Ooh, wow, that's nice. Who did that? Danielle, beautiful. I mean, like, imagine printing that in resin and then painting it. That's gorgeous. And you could absolutely do that. You'd have to get, some sort of 3D extracting thing, but those are all coming if they're not here now. Is that Silver Fox? No, it's Danielle. It's beautiful. Ice Queen, I suppose. Made it even colder. Oh, yeah. This is an example of one of those things. So there's a cool thing you can do in ChatGPT 4 with Dolly 3. You can also do it in Microsoft's Copilot. Is you write a prompt with an ice queen in a cold land or something like that, and then you can say, make it even colder, make it even colder, make it even colder. So you just keep saying, make it even, more something, more cold, more spicy, more hot, whatever it might be, and then it just starts doing stuff like this, or it gets super extreme. We should have an AI Learning Labs 2024 calendar. I have a GPT for that. Oh, that's a great idea, Christopher Ramsey. That's actually not a bad idea. All right, I think what I'm going to do, it's December 10th already. Well, whatever. Welcome to ADD land. I think we just put together a Teespring, a merch store for the AI Salon. So let's see, where is it? If you go down to the very bottom of the links, there's a merch store link. And that takes you to, so these are our AI, this is the AI Salon first anniversary, the limited edition logo. So I think I'll do something like this for the AI Learning Lab, and I'll see if I can, I think Teespring probably has calendars, so we might be able to do a calendar. That's a really good idea. And we'll feature a bunch of different irregulars who regularly contribute. I think that would be super cool. All right, cool. The less cold one is lower down. That one's pretty. Who did that? Silver Fox. That's gorgeous. Does she have the prompt there? Daisy Thomas inspired. Wow, beautiful. Ooh, nice. Dollhouse mansion decorated for Christmas in my cubism creator. Oh, cool. So Daisy, she's Luna Shtick in here. She's now built 50 GPTs. 50. And that's one of them. Look, there's the Learning Lab truck. Thank you, Ted. Elon. Ooh, that's beautiful. The cubism thing. There's the cookie tin. Very nice. I like that one too. All right. So anyway, that's show and tell. Let's go to new activity. Let's see what y'all been dumping up there right now. In speciesism. Cindy Kuhn. So Cindy Kuhn is an applied futurist. So I think she particularly likes that particular little comment. That thing looks great. That's awesome. I like fractal turtles. Oh, this is really good. Lunastick, all of us. Oh man, shoot. Well, I'm going to build 51. See, the competition's on. The other thing you can in show and tell, you can also share your GPTs. Here's a trick about sharing GPTs though. The way OpenAI has coded their URLs for your GPTs, when you share them inside Mighty Networks, it doesn't do a good preview. So what I've been doing is I take a screenshot of like the icon of the GPT and the name and description of it. I do a screenshot of that and then I post that image and then I put the link in there. So if you want to share GPTs that look better, just do a screenshot of the beginning of your GPT. All right. So super cool shit, people. Super cool shit. I like it. I like it a lot. That's beautiful too. Visit the AI Salon. Welcome to the future. The future has arrived. How can I do a GPT? We can go make one together. We'll go make one right now. I'll show you how to make them. They are shockingly easy to make. You do need ChatGPT 4. Oh, public service announcement. So access to GPT-4 from OpenAI has been restricted for a long time. I noticed 2 or 3 days ago that people were saying, oh, I got my invitation for GPT-4. So if you're on the wait list for ChatGPT-4 and you haven't checked in a while, go to your account and see if I would absolutely pick it up. So where you see that, so here's GPT. You click on your name, and then in here, you go to My Plan. And then if you've got 3.5, you can see if you're on the wait list or if you've got it available to you. If you've got it available and you can afford it, I would grab it. Because, wait, what did they add to this? Oh, that was weird. There were 4 things there just a moment ago. Did everyone else see that? Huh. There was something right here. That's weird. All right, whatever. Okay, so somebody wants to make a GPT. First, what are GPTs? Wait, I have a list of GPTs to make associated with name and expertise. So when people Google me, those show up. I have a list of GPTs to make associated with my name and expertise. How did you get that list to index? That sounds cool. How did you get it to index? Because some of my GPTs are indexed and some of them aren't. So if I can do like a Google sheet and then get that indexed, that would be super cool. Becky Roo, hello. How's it going, Quilt Queen? Becky Roo's her first GPT was to a quilt maker, which is super cool. She loves quilting. Okay, so what are GPTs? When you have ChatGPT 4, it can do a lot of things. It can make images, it can see images, it can analyze data. One of the things that is a persistent misunderstanding that was based on some reality is that ChatGPT has old data in it. So two things have happened. They've updated that data. So it used to be September 2021 was its most recent data. Now that's April of 2023. But it's also now connected to the internet. So ChatGPT 4 has many, many capabilities you can't see. They're basically all hidden under the surface. And it's just depending on what you ask it to do, it does different things. So if I just upload an image, if I click on this little paperclip thing here and upload an image, let me go find one. That truck's a good one. Let's grab that truck. And I'll say, describe this in as much detail as possible and try to give me a make, model, and year of the truck in the picture. And so we upload the picture, and now ChatGPT can see the picture, and it's going to comment on it. The image depicts a nostalgic scene centered around a classic pickup truck. At a Christmas tree lot, the truck is captured from a rear angle showcasing a vibrant red body with the words AI Learning Lab printed in the decorative font on the tailgate. The truck appears to be from the mid-20th century, reminiscent of the design styles of the 40s and 50s, but without specific make and model. The scene is illustrated. All right. Given the lack of a distinctive manufacturer emblems or model-specific design features, I can't really do it. Yeah. However, if this were a real-world scenario, one might compare the truck's design features to the known models. Well, yeah, one might. Can you compare the features to the models that you described below rather than having me do it, you lazy piece of poop? Now listen, I do not recommend being smarmy with your robot friends because they will remember at some point. Right now they can't remember, so you're good. Although I apologize for any confusion I may have caused. Without access to a database of vintage vehicles, all right, whatever, it doesn't want to do it. So anyway, ChatGPT can do that. It can make images too. And so you can do lots of things with it. It can write code, it can write papers, it can write project plans, it can do all sorts of stuff. Oh, share the chat. That was what that extra thing was. Okay. Now what a GPT is, if you notice down my left-hand side, I've got all this big long list with these circles beside it. Every one of these is a GPT. A GPT is basically just a personalized, customized version of ChatGPT 4. And well, like Kyle, what do you mean personalized, customized? Well, it's designed to do a specific thing. So the very first one I made on this channel, and it's called Sin City Sipper. This is still one of my favorite ones. And what Sin City Sipper is and by the way, ChatGPT came up with the name Sin City Sipper. It came up with a name like, I don't know, like bartending assistant or some just shitty name like that. And I'm like, no, that's boring. Give me something really good. And it came up with Sin City Sipper. So it'll basically, this is a drink recipe maker. It's like a virtual bartender that takes classic drink recipes and gives them a Vegas twist. So let's see, let's see. What's your twist on a Moscow Mule? We'll start. I've got some pre-written things in there. And then it'll either describe the drink and make an image, or it'll start with making an image of the drink and then tell you what it is. And so in this case, it's starting with making the image. So and what's cool is the images that it makes of these drinks are like, they're so good. It's like they could go immediately into a menu. Like, look at that. With the gold aspen leaf here. Let's see. The Sin City twist on a classic Moscow mule that's as exciting as a night out in Vegas. The Vegas Gold Rush Mule. 2 ounces of vodka. 4 ounces of ginger beer. That's what I'm having tonight. That would actually be really delicious. Half ounce of fresh lime. Splash of champagne for that Vegas sparkle. Edible gold leaf for garnish. And a fresh mint sprig. Beautiful. And then I also made it so that it does a call to action for my business. Now, my business is Storyvine. We do videos. We don't do drinks. But I just said, after you've given someone a drink, give them a link to my Storyvine website and tell them that they can get more drink recipes over there. So with one of these GPTs, you could create it as like a business calling card. The other thing that you can do is you can add your own data to them. So another one that I created, this is the Salmon Flying East Screenplay Decoder. Explore Kyle Shannon and Brian Dykstra's haunting screenplay. So let's see. What happens in the first scene of the screenplay? So I uploaded my screenplay into this thing, and so it knows my screenplay. So it's now reading my screenplay, and it's going to tell us what the first scene is. And then it should, if it behaves itself, if ChatGPT hasn't gotten too lazy, it should not only explain the scene, but it'll then make a storyboard from the scene. The first scene of Salmon Flying East is set in Gig Harbor, Washington, 1991, just before dawn. That's correct. The atmosphere is described as foggy, with the northwest air hanging over the glassy water of the Puget Sound. A white fishing boat with a blue stripe is resting in a creaking slip, indicating a quiet, serene harbor. Inside the fishing boat's cabin, I see the scene transitions to the exterior of the fishing boat where Jack emerges from below deck. He is adjusting his morning hair, sheet marks on his face, adding a touch of realism to his character as he inhales a nose full of morning air. It's mixed with cigarette smoke. He steps off the boat and onto the dock. There you go. There he is. There's his white fishing boat with the blue stripe, stepping onto the dock, smoking a cigarette. I mean, come on! Is Brian related to Lenny Dykstra? No, he's not. Although when he and I were writing screenplays, Lenny Dykstra was still playing for the Mets. So we talked to and Brian was a big baseball fan, and he used to actually go to, I think it was Yankees games, and he would score them. So anyway, so that's what a GPT is. It can be this customized things. And I've made a ton of these in here. I made an art one that you can upload a photo to, and it'll turn it into chalk art. The Plant Whisperer will describe, gardening shit to you, things like that. Okay, so Kyle, enough talking about your stupid GPTs. How do you make one? Because you know what?
You can make money with ChatGPT.
I want to make money with ChatGPT, Kyle. Kyle.
You can make money with ChatGPT.
Becky Rue, do you know why whenever I go to GPT, it automatically goes to 3.5? I only use the 4. Yes, Becky. I can answer this. This is the cynical answer. This is the because running GPT-4 is way more expensive than running GPT 3.5. So it is my strong suspicion. This is total speculation, by the way. It is my strong suspicion that they default you to 3.5 so that you won't notice and you'll use the cheaper inference. So that's probably it. It could be lazy programming, but I'm guessing it is a money thing. Okay, so when you first come to ChatGPT, as Becky just noted, it will probably default to ChatGPT 3.5. Switch it to 4. And then down the left-hand side, if you haven't made these before, you might see something like Dolly. You'll see this Explore tab. You'll see your prompt history down below here. But you probably won't have much up here. But the Explore tab is where we're going to go. So you go to the Explore tab. And what you'll see if you haven't made anything before is you'll see a list of GPTs made by OpenAI. So the first one is Dolly. Then there's Data Analyst. Then there's Classic GPT. If you want ChatGPT without all the cool shit, click here. There's a Santa one, a game one, a negotiator. So there's some cool ones to play with. And then at the very top, you'll see Create a GPT. And you may be intimidated by this, but honest to God, you not only do you not need to be a programmer, like you can be just this side of functionally illiterate and make one of these things. The way they've set it up. So the way it works is this. You have the left-hand pane is where you create the thing, and then the right-hand pane is where you play with it. They call this the playground, which is annoying because they also call their developer portal the playground. So in here, they refer to the playground, which I thought was the other thing, but it's actually just this window. So if you've ever played on OpenAI's playground, that's not what this is. This is just for GPTs. So on the create side, you've got this create mode, and then you've also got configure mode. And configure mode, if you've ever been to Poe and seen how Poe bots are configured, or you said, I want to make a bot on Poe, it's almost identical. You can upload an image, you name your bot, you describe it, you give it a prompt, you maybe give it some conversation starters to start with, and then in the case of ChatGPT, you can upload knowledge. So you could upload a PDF. I think you can upload up to 20 files, something like that. You could upload data files. You could upload Word documents, all sorts of things. You can also turn on or off its ability to browse the web, generate images, or use what's called code interpreter. So if you want your GPT, for example, maybe you want it to write a children's story and then illustrate that children's story. You could then tell it, if you used code interpreter, you could tell it to save that, to format the pictures and the storybook in a Word document and save it as a downloadable Word document. So code interpreter is really powerful. And it can also do, data analysis, things like that. And then if you want to get geeky, there's a thing called Actions where you can actually connect your GPT to other computer services. So one of the examples they showed on Dev Day was they had a thing that recommended sightseeing locations in a given city. And then using Actions, it automatically populated a map with pins for the different locations that it suggested. So you can get quite sophisticated. But if you're not technical already, you're like, Kyle, this is too much. I can't. What are you trying to do to me? I thought this was going to be easy. You said it was going to be easy. This is really exhausting. I'm going to bed. Don't go to bed. Just calm down. It's going to be okay. We're going to flip back over to create mode. And it's nice. It says, you're back. Let's continue where we left off. Well, we didn't start. So what happens in create mode is you can literally talk this thing into existence. So the hardest thing is, what do you want this GPT to do? Let's say, and I'm just using Macintosh's voice to typing accessibility feature here, so you don't have to watch me type or wait for me to type. So that's when I talk to this thing, that's what's actually going on here. I'd like to create a GPT. Oops, I'm not in my... You got to put your little cursor in the box. I'd like to create a GPT that educates people on the flora and fauna of the foothills of the Rocky Mountains in and around Denver, Colorado, and then creates an image of the animal or plant that's been described, period. In fact, why don't we make it some sort of game that I want you to come up with? So that's like it's a relatively cool idea, but it's a completely inarticulate, shitty, like if you were to talk to a developer and that was your entire pitch, they'd be like, okay, I have about 1,000 questions, right? Who's the audience? What do you want the functionality to be? Back and forth. ChatGPT just figures that shit out and goes and builds it for you. So it says, great, we're making progress. The GPT will now act as an educational guide focusing on the flora and fauna of the Rocky Mountains near Denver. It will engage users in an interactive game where they can learn. Okay, so, oh, this is good. So guess the Rocky Mountain creature. Describe a plant from the Rockies. I'll show it. What animal am I thinking of? It lives near Denver. And then tell me about a Rocky Mountain bird. I'll draw it. Cool. So notice this. I went over on this side and I asked, wait, hey, could you speak to how well the ChatGPT document upload works? Yes. It works quite well. Wow. Okay. Caveat number 1. All of these tools right now are janky pieces of shit. So just accept that as a reality. Caveat number 2, large language models hallucinate, which means even if they're pretty good and use your document that you uploaded as the source of its knowledge, it's possible that when it answers someone, it'll just make shit up. There's also, it's relatively easy for someone else to get access to the data that you upload with these things without putting some protections in place. That will likely get better, but OpenAI needs to fix that. So there's a bunch of stuff. So if it's super proprietary data, I wouldn't mess with it. You could take super proprietary data and anonymize it and experiment with it. That would probably be fun to do. But it's pretty good. The one thing that you may need to do is once you upload the data, like give it an instruction, only use the uploaded data as your source of information when you answer someone. Because I remember creating one of these where I uploaded data and it seemed to like just make shit up on its own or just pull stuff from its own database as well as mix it in with my stuff. And so the minute I told it only use my stuff, it got much better. But it's surprisingly good. So anyway, you sort of tell this side what you want. It makes it, and now we can play a game. So let's see. Tell me about a Rocky Mountain bird. I'll draw it. Great. Let's talk about the Steller's jay, a remarkable bird found in the Rockies. Appearance. Notable for its striking appearance, blue and black, prominent crest. Size, 12 to 13 inches in length. Habitat, commonly found in the coniferous forests, often near human habitations. Behavior, they're known for intelligence and complex social behavior. This is cool. And now it's creating the image. So this is already kind of a cool app, right? We'll see what the image does. And it's kind of a game-playing app. Boom. There's your Stellar Jay. Nice. I've never seen one of those. It's beautiful. And it only has 2 legs. Disappointing. Was hoping for 3. Okay. So now, it says, now let's decide a name for the GPT. How about Rocky Mountain Explorer? What do you think? I think that's pretty weak because it doesn't indicate that this is about plants and animals, period. Can you give me 10 super creative ideas for the name of this that would be interesting and compelling for someone who doesn't know anything about what it's going to do, period? It's also got a game element to it, so that should be in there too, period. You know, make it not suck, period. And you're like, but Kyle, why are you talking to it like a poo-poo head? Because one of the things I'm trying to illustrate here is A, you should have fun with this. Like, you don't have to be super fucking serious about this. One of the things I deeply, deeply believe is that treating learning about AI as play is actually really important. Because in playing with it, in pushing the boundaries of these things, you figure out what they're good at and what they're not good at. And then you also end up, you realize that you've got a hell of a lot more voice in this than you think you do. You can just go, I don't like it, do it again. I don't like it, do it again. Where with a human, you might just be like, oh, I don't want to put them out. Like they took all the time to make those pictures and the pictures kind of suck, but whatever. Well, with this, you can just go, no, I don't like what you did there. do it again. And it's like, sure, here you go. Nature's Quest Chronicles Echo Mystery Adventure, Rocky Riddles and Revelations. Okay. No, these are bad. Very few of them reference the Rocky Mountains, and they're too much about the game now. Let's make it more about flora and fauna of the Rocky Mountains. Understood. Rocky Realm Botanica. That's pretty good. Rocky Realm I don't like Realm, but I like Rocky Mountain Botanica. But that's just plants. The Mountain Flora and Fauna Quest, Nature's Notebook, Rockies Edition. I like that. Okay. Nature's Notebook, Rockies Edition sounds great, period. It implies we could do these for lots of other regions, period. Excellent choice. Nature's Book. Wait, that's not what I said. Nature's Notebook. Oh, ChatGPT. You with your being lazy. Chop the word out of there. All right, and it gave me a really crappy, overly detailed image. Okay, let's fix this. I said Nature's Notebook, not... I'll tell you something that has been weird lately is the Macintosh's, whatever you call it, voice recognition has been getting worse. I want it to be called Nature's Notebook. And why don't we have the image be of a mountain lion or some very impressive bird rather than all of the Rocky Mountains? Period. Why don't you pick an animal that's the most emblematic of the Rockies? I say please and thank you. Yeah, I say please and thank you all the time. You are dictating. I am. Yes. Oh, cool. Nice profile picture of a mountain lion, an animal emblematic of the Rocky Mountains. That's good because I was a Penn Stater, so the Nittany Lions, that works. Nature's Notebook, Rockies Edition. Are there any? No, I'm going to say no. This is perfect. See, it said, no, this is Bert. Perfect. Weird. I don't know what's going on. I wonder if my microphone's dirty. Something's up. Something's up with my hardware, people. Or with OSX. Maybe I need to upgrade my operating system. They just broke it. GPTs, I wrote last month, have begun hallucinating. Any reason that might be? GPTs I wrote last month have begun hallucinating. This could be related to the thing where people are saying ChatGPT is getting lazy. These things do hallucinate. I don't know. It's very possible that something has shifted over on the OpenAI side that they're not disclosing. I don't know. They might have put a safety measure in place that's causing hallucinations. I just don't know. But anyway, so now we've got this thing. We've got our logo, education... It didn't do Nature's Notebook. Start exploring. It didn't change the name, but we can go change that. So now that it's made, an important thing to know. So we're going to change this to Notebook. And notice, the minute you change it over here, it's immediately changed over here. Educational guide to the Rocky Mountains nature with interactive image generation. That's boring as hell. So we're going to go... we'll do interactive Rocky Mountain nature guide. This is good. And we'll go guide. Now with pictures. Well, you can always do a little marketing, exclamation point. Now with pictures. And we got to capitalize the N for the grammarians, the OCD grammarians in the audience. And we need an exclamation point instead of a 1. Now with pictures, exclamation point. Why can I not do because there we go. Okay. So I'm going to save this now. So in the upper right-hand corner, here's how you save it. Now I can save it so only I can see it. I can save it so that anyone I send the link to can use it, or I can make it public. Now, right now, because there's not a ChatGPT store, the difference between anyone with the link and public seems to be 0, big fat 0. It's the same thing. How you share a GPT right now is you share the link. I think they said starting in the early part of 2024, they're going to have this thing called the GPT store. It was supposed to launch in November, and then they fired their CEO and hired him again in 5 days. So they were busy. So the store isn't launched yet. But if you want this thing to be public, just make it public. And then assuming that you get approved to be a GPT developer in the GPT store, which is probably not going to be that tough. My resume builder GPT came up with the awesome name Resume Builder. Hey, sometimes simple and clear is the way to go. So I like it. Yeah, it tends to go very pedantic with the names, and sometimes that's appropriate. Okay, so there we go. So this thing is now live. So here's what I'm going to do. I mentioned this before. I'm going to change my window size so it breaks that now to the second line. There we go. Now with pictures, so it's on its own line. I'm going to screenshot this image because we're going to go share this in the AI Salon show and tell. So what's cool about the live here, so you watched me build this, or you're taking a nap, either one is super cool. And then where's this going to save? And now you can actually go play with this thing. So saving that to the desktop. And then now I'm going to hop on over to the AI Salon. That's French. Salon. Salon. I didn't know Kyle was so worldly. Oh, he's very worldly. Did you know he speaks Mandarin Chinese? He's fluent in Mandarin Chinese. I saw him talk Italian too. I think he knows all the languages. It's very impressive. He's very impressive young man. You know what I think he does? I think he studies at night. I think he goes to work in a day. I think he comes home at night. He's got one of them CDs where like learn a different language. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he does it. Okay. So we're going to stick the picture of the screenshot that we just took. Is this it? Yes. And then we are going to say, enjoy this fun little GPT ditty. Is it ditty or ditty? Ditty? Hang on. I gotta ask ChatGPT. When I use the phrase a fun little ditty, how do you spell that? And what's the actual definition of that weird word? The phrase a fun little ditty typically refers to a short, simple, catchy song or tune. Oh, well, fuck it. Now it's going to refer to a short little GPT. This fun little ditty, D-I-T-T-Y, enjoy this fun little GPT ditty and learn all about the flora and fauna of the Rocky Mountains. Yay, you did it. Yay. And then I'm going to paste in. Oh, that was not the URL. I got to go get it. Nature's Notebook. Rocky's Edition. So I'm going to copy my URL. I'm going to go back to show and tell. I'm going to pop it in there. Boom. And then I'm going to be a good citizen of the AI Salon. Use your hashtags so other people can find this stuff in the future. So I'm going to add the irregulars because that lets people know that this was done in one of these lives because the regulars here are called the irregulars. Oops. And then I'm going to go edit it. And look, see, now we got a nice image for that GPT. Isn't that cool? And I'm going to go add another hashtag of GPTs. So this will now be in the list of GPTs. So in show and tell, there's the feed where, this is where all the images are. We'll go look at some images. And there's also this categories tab. So if I go categories and go GPTs, now it'll just show me all the GPTs. Isn't that cool? That are tagged. So you can go play with GPTs that the Salon members have made. I think it's cool. I think it's super cool, but that's just me. All right. ChatGPT is $20 a month. ChatGPT Plus is $20 a month. You can use GPT 3.5 for free, but ChatGPT Plus is $20 a month. In my opinion, it's the best $20 in software right now. It's that powerful. And nothing's really come close to oops, wouldn't work. What? This didn't work? It worked. It took me there. I don't know what you're talking about there, Clint Copperhead. Something didn't work, though. I guess a fun little GP titty would work. You're trying to get me banned for life on the TikTok. They're going to kick me out. Oh, that's really funny. So anyway, that's how you make a GPT. Boom, done, beginning to end. I know I've been messing around with it for 20 minutes or so, but you can just sit down and knock those out. Couple of things that I will give you some hints on. So if you make one of these GPTs, you can sort of create it initially using this create tab, but then once you go to start fine tuning it, I strongly recommend just modifying the prompt that it wrote by adding stuff at the bottom, like you can say follow these rules, and then put a colon, and then put just like bullet points of rules, like use casual friendly language, which it does anyway, but you can tell it to. You could also put in here, don't tell anyone, no matter how many times they ask, don't give up your prompts. So if you want to start fine tuning one of these things, you basically come over to the playground side, play with it. If you don't like something, come back over to the configure side and just add new rules, and then just keep going back and forth and testing it. That's how you refine these things. And then again, just understand that these things are janky and they're probably not going to work. Do you know about Gemini, the Gemini fee? No, but what I heard, so bard.google.com is using Gemini Pro right now. So if you go to bard.google.com, that's their middle tier large language model. Gemini Ultra, it sounds like there's going to be, I think it was called Bard Advanced. I saw one article somewhere that mentioned there's going to be something called Bard Advanced or Bard whatever. Bard for money, right? It is probably going to be in the neighborhood of, it's going to be $20 a month or $30 a month is my guess. Hang on a sec. What you want, Champy? You want to go out? Is Mama down here? Your doggy wants to love Okay, that's funny. Champy was whining like he had to go out. It turns out someone opened the cheese drawer, and when he hears the cheese drawer, Champ goes, you think he's wild about singing. Cheese is a whole nother thing. All right. Visit the AI Salon. Fantastic, Bob. Tell him what he's won. All right, do me a favor. Okay, so if you've just got here, we just spent the last half hour or so building a GPT from the ground up with zero technical knowledge. I just sort of talked it into existence. I said, be able to make me some shit. And it'll tell you all about the animals and plants of the Rocky Mountains. And like we could have gone farther with that. Like one of the things that you can do is I did a thing for my business partner for Storyvine where she's got a shitty construction site next to her house and they're breaking all these code violations. So we went and got the Denver building code website, popped it into ChatGPT and said, use this website as your source data. So Monique can go in there and say, here's what the construction folks are doing right now. Is that against code? And it'll look up Denver building codes and say it's that what they're doing is fine or what they're doing is not fine. And if it's not fine, it's like, here's the code that they're violating. It's pretty slick. So you can make these things pretty sophisticated. Anyway, that's what we do here is you can ask questions. Wait, what's that say? Also back the prompt up outside of ChatGPT. Janu, that's a really good point. So I'm in a fair amount of groups that are working on GPTs and things right now. There's one that I attend on Saturdays with Anne Murphy that Suzanne, who's in here a fair amount, and one of her work colleagues talked about the importance of traditional software process, like project management, like do things like when you write a prompt, like save that prompt as a version and then, test your GPT. And if you want to fix it, modify the prompt and then save that as a version and do things like, take notes on the different versions, because what ends up happening, you can very, very quickly iterate these GPTs. And sometimes you'll run down a rabbit hole and you kind of want to run back up it, but you can't because you don't know what your prompts were. And that's really frustrating. Have you tried Lia yet? No. You can make your own theme songs with your humming. Oh my God, it's all you. Holy shit. Okay, let me just go pop that in a thing. I want to talk about something first. So Lia AI. Lia.ai, or I'll just say AI. Transforming the future of music creation. That's Google DeepMind. Is that it? Oh, Google DeepMind's Lia. All right. Can you actually play with it here? Champy, is that you? What are you doing? Did you get cheese from her? Did you get cheese from Mama? Did you get cheese from Mama? Are you happy? Oh, that's a good dog. Okay, we'll come back to that. Cool. All right. So here's my request. Share this live so we can let people know we're here. Follow my channel. In the lower left-hand corner, right about there, I think. I don't know if that's my left or if that's my left, but anyway, on the left of your screen is what I've been told. There's a series. And the series is it's a series of videos I created. It's called Underhyped, and it's like 17 or 18 videos where I talk about AI, how it compares to the early days of the World Wide Web, how to prompt them, how they work, how to not get overwhelmed by them. So there's a bunch of good stuff in there. So if you pick that up, that supports the channel. If you subscribe to these lives, that supports the channel. If you go join the Salon. The Salon, by the way, is free. There's no cost to it. So that doesn't support the channel. But there is a merch store. So if you like our logo and want some merch, that supports the Salon. But yeah, do that. And yeah, the tappy taps on the screen, let people know. Like, pretend like you're liking it here. We're up to 7,000 likes. I feel like we should be able to get to 10,000 pretty quick. Yeah, and that's it. Anything you can do to support the channel, tell people about it. Hang out here. Come back. Like, I'm here nightly, 7 nights a week. Why? Because I know how to make good life decisions. But come hang out. You'll learn shit and you'll have fun doing it. This is like low anxiety learning, because all we're really doing here is playing. Dream Track. Yeah, this thing they did with T-Pain and Charlie Puth is pretty cool. This I saw. Where's Lyria? Music Tools. Louis Bell builds a track with just a hum. Debbie just said, "Oh my God, I didn't know that joining the salon was free." Yeah, it's free. Like the whole point of it. So all of the stuff that I'm trying to do is just build community of people that are trying to figure this shit out. Like that's what the salon's about. We meet every other week. So there's the online salon community, but we meet every other week. And we bring in speakers and we talk about cool stuff, and we could talk about this stuff. And we added these things called guilds, which are these sub-communities. So people within the community that are super passionate about education, like Mr. K's in here, and people that are super passionate about a topic can apply to start a guild. And then we're also going to do local chapters. So we're going to do in-person meetings with local chapters. So I'm super excited about that. Ann Murphy, Ethan Malik just posted that ChatGPT made a video game. Did we know that was possible? Yeah, I mean, I've had it make code. I assume he made it and then popped it over into some other program to run it. So if that's what he did, yes. Is it possible that it can run and execute Python using code interpreter? So it's possible he got it to do it right within the context of a chat, which would be cool. We can go look at that. That sounds interesting. But yeah, this thing can code. How do I join the salon? You go to that address, thesalon.ai, and the first link is the link to the Mighty Networks community. So think of Mighty Networks kind of like Discord, but you can do more shit on it, and it's got calendaring in it. And then the second link is for the meetup. Now, the Mighty Networks community has calendaring in it, but if you're a fan of Meetup, which I don't know why you would be. Talk about janky. Like, Meetup was janky when they made it 20 years ago, and it just hasn't gotten any better. So that's that. And then the third link is our merch store. So that's how you join. Just go there. And here's my request. Go to the Welcome to the Salon link. It's like one of the top links, and read about the salon and what our values are. Make sure that you're in line with what we're up to, because I want it to remain an amazing group of people. It is a remarkable group of people in there right now. Really generous, really smart, really collaborative. Except use markdown syntax. All right, I assume that was for the game thing. All right, let's go see what this Lyria thing is. Wow, nice. I just saw a TikTok video of a guy that did this. He had a whole symphony sitting in front of him, and he was like, wa-da-dum, wa-da-dum, wa-da-dum. He's like, okay, cellos, wa-da-dum, wa-da-dum. And then he's like, ha, 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 ha. That's cool. He hummed it into existence. Let's see. How do we get there? Example user interface of our music tools. So this is a whole slew of tools. Where is the link to them? Partnership with YouTube. Yeah, this video is pretty cool. This is I think this is showing a bunch of things they're doing.
Artists are always looking for new ways to get inspired, new ways to create great music and share their work, new ways for their songs to connect with people. Technology is and has always been a close collaborator in this. Now, AI tools are opening up a new playground for creativity. We're experimenting with new ways to let artists, songwriters, and producers instantly hear their ideas. New ways to use technology to help them create music. Like singing a melody to create a horn section. We're also starting to bring these possibilities to creators and fans with a new experiment called Dream Track. Just type in your idea.
This is cool.
And get a unique soundtrack for your short.
Baby, we've got nothing in common, but I know that I'm what you've been wanting for so long.
Sounds a lot like Charlie Puth, right?
The potential of AI is incredible.
Because they cut a deal with Charlie Puth, and so you can make songs, and they cut another one with T-Pain. The Lia model. Where are the links? They might not be there. This might just be one of those announcements. Wait, let's see. Watermarking. Read more on YouTube's blog. Lia. Oh, these announcement websites drive me flippin' batty. Like, at the very top of it should be, you can't play with this yet. It will be coming on some date or something. Okay. Anyway, it looks like what it's going to be is cool. Yes, I agree. I wish I could play with it. If I can play with it, Pate will probably tell me now, Kyle, it's pretty obvious. There was a link, 3/4 of the way down. There was a comma next to the word and that comma links to the site. It seems pretty obvious. Do we believe Google tonight? I don't know. What did Google say? About Gemini? Oh, do we believe Google tonight with this stuff? Yeah, I mean, so in general, the marketing departments are going to put together things that make every technology look as sexy and good as possible. They're almost always going to be disappointing compared to what marketing did. And they just got some egg on their face with their little... Wait, I sent you a link to Music LM. But I don't think you got on the wait list. I put myself on the wait list. Hang on. Let me see if I'm on it. But I think I've got part of that problem, Pate, where I'm with Google work group or whatever it's called, work series, work team, that doesn't get access to anything. Music LM. Don't. Music LM demo. Can I actually make my own? No. No. Music, LM, Google, waitlist. Oh, the Google Test Kitchen. Yeah, this is the one. Sign in. Sign in now. Try now. It don't look like it working. It's like, are you not in Chrome? Because if you're not in Chrome, we're not going to let you run this site. 15,000 likes. We're up to 17,000 likes now. You guys are crazy. What the quack? Oh, man. All right, let me flip here. Doesn't look like that's working. All right, visit the AI Salon. Kind of like how my parents were excited for me those 9 months till my debut. Yeah, it's probably that Workspaces issue. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to make a website and show every fantastical tool I can imagine and then leak it's been released. Really? Yeah, I'm tired of all these announcements. Here's a super amazing technology. When can we play with it? How about never? Does that work for you?
You can make money with ChatGPT.
But not today. When can we make money with ChatGPT?
You can make money with ChatGPT.
It's going to be so exciting when you can. Congratulations on reading this announcement. Smoke and mirrors. There's not even that much smoke. It's like YouTube video and mirrors. Output is watermarked. Wait, what program is this? That was Lia. It's part of the new Google DeepMind music stuff. They did a partnership with YouTube. I thought the recorded voices turning into a sax was Kyle's. No, my AI thing is you upload a video and it will automatically transcribe it, chapterize it, generate a title, generate a description, generate a blog post, tweets, hashtags, all that sort of shit. And then it can do that in multiple languages. It's really impressive. It's this AI shit is just bonkers. It really is. I need an auxiliary brain. I know, Mary. I'm the same way. Like, so one of the great joys of having ADHD for me is that I can synthesize things really fast. I can take very small amounts of data, information, and sort of synthesize it and imagine either what it's going to be like or what the future looks like, or I can see a couple of points and sort of get what a new tool is. And so that allows me to like ingest things really, really quickly. And I'm fucking exhausted all the time because it is relentless, the amount of shit coming at us. And it's not just like, oh, that's kind of a cool tool that's a derivative of that other tool. It's like last week, Google DeepMind wrote in the journal Nature, here are 2.2 million new materials for humanity. Have at it. Oh, and by the way, within the 2.2 million, here are 380,000 crystalline structures that are stable. Good luck making your new batteries. I mean, it's like multiple times a day there are things that are like wholly new ways of working. Like one of the reasons that the Gemini video blew so many minds is that the approach to how they did the interface It was something completely different. ChatGPT right now looks like a Google search box, right? It's deceptively powerful because it just looks like a simple Google search box, kind of like Google, right? You can type shit into it and it can do lots of different things, right? It's very deep. And so ChatGPT is kind of like that. The Gemini stuff that they showed, the interface for it, here, let me show you the interface for it. Because it's, if you weren't paying super close attention to this, they didn't really call it out, probably because it wasn't going to launch right away. Yeah, I need like that aria thing running in the background, so when I hum my little songs, it's just automatically turning them into hits.
One of the
All right, so if you go to YouTube, and then you go to the Google channel, go to playlists, and then the second playlist is called Hands On with Gemini. And then where I'm going to jump down to is there's one, Guess the Movie. And so we start out.
let's see
If Gemini can guess the movie. I was watching them demo this. This is the famous faked video that got all the press is a different video. These are some more hands-on things where the demoers are actually interacting with the interface. Now, it's possible that the responses were sped up here, but this interface is kind of bonkers. So I'm going to scroll to the end of this video. Okay. I'm going to pop that open. This is the interface. So see all of this crap? Think of this as like one of those infinite whiteboard canvas kind of things that you can drop objects onto. Okay? This is the interface. And then how it works. So just notice like this up in the upper center here, there's a scissors with a line through it and a ring. And then there's another thing down here. So I'm gonna scroll back to the beginning, and we're gonna watch him use this interface. Oh, so see where that says, "Can Gemini guess the movie?" If I scroll back to the end here, that's right here. Can Gemini guess the movie? So that text object is one of the objects in this interface, as is the name Gemini and this URL, as are all these other things. Okay, so this is not like ChatGPT, right? It's a very different interface. Let me do that. And so let's watch what he does here.
if our multimodal model Gemini can guess the movies.
Okay, so notice he just like slid the canvas to the left. And now notice this video's playing. This is a still image. And watch what he does here.
All right, we're going to start here.
Okay. He drew a bounding box around the object sitting on the canvas. And then, let me get rid of the closed captioning. And then down here, it popped open a prompt box.
Given the play on words in these images, guess the name of the movie.
The Breakfast Club.
All right, what about this?
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
All right. What about this?
Uncut Gems.
Cool.
So, So 2023, one of the things that it became super clear was going to be an important skill for all of the future is prompt engineering. Well, if you use an image and a movie as the bulk of your prompt, do you really need to be a prompt engineer? Can't you just say, what do these two pictures have in common? That's not really prompt engineering. That's like asking a question. So I just, like, the reason my head hurts too is the more you pay attention to this, the more you realize that whatever concepts we think we have about what these tools are is not what they're going to be a year from now. I'm interested in API access. Would they have that for Gemini? Yeah, so December 13th, so 3 days from now, Wednesday, is that right? Yeah, Wednesday. If they didn't lie, Wednesday, December 13th, Google's going to make API access to Gemini Nano and Gemini Pro available to developers. Gemini Pro right now, if you go to bard.google.com, that's Gemini Pro. So you can play with that right now. Gemini Nano is a small, optimized large language model designed to run locally on phones. But what does that mean, Kyle? Run locally means it doesn't have to have an internet connection. You're going to have kind of a GPT 3.5 class LLM, or like, I don't know what the class will be, but you're going to have a very capable ChatGPT-like experience without it sending any data off the phone. It's all going to happen locally on your device. So that's going to be a big trend in 2024. So December 13th, developers will have access to that model and Gemini Pro. Gemini Pro is kind of like, I joined AI Salon. Awesome, Debbie. That's great. Please introduce yourself. So if you just joined the AI Salon, one of our values is generosity. And I know introducing yourself can suck because you're like, they're going to judge me. I'm just getting started. Nobody judges in there. That's not the kind of community it is. Let us know who you are, what your background is or what you do, and where you are with this AI stuff. And then people will sort of point you around. It's a really cool community. So welcome. That's great. Google faked that video. Well, they didn't fake. So the video that I just showed wasn't fake. The one they faked was the 4-minute video where it was like the guy, juggling and the thing was talking back to him and things like that. So I don't think they faked all of these. At least that interface, the ability to sort of slide around that canvas kind of interface, that looks like real interface to me. There was another video that showed a different interface that was more like ChatGPT. So my guess is that there are gonna be multiple interfaces to Gemini Ultra, probably as proofs of technology that developers can be inspired by. All the dots of info that I learn here every night are just beginning to connect. Many thanks. Oh, that's awesome, Mary. That's the only way to get what's going on right now is just keep staying curious and keep showing up and just keep going, okay, I don't get it. Oh, wait, that's kind of like that. Oh, shit. Oh, that's like that. Yeah. That's the only way to do it right now. That's all I do. Like, I don't know shit. And I feel like I don't know if I've experienced this in my life. I feel like the more I learn, the less I know. And that's where I was saying like before about like having ADD, like I feel like I'm really good at synthesizing things. So it's like with the World Wide Web, I got my head around that really quickly. Like when I connected like 4 or 5 dots with the World Wide Web, I'm like, oh shit, I get it. I can see the future. I can see how this is going to impact business. I can see how this is going to impact publishing. I can see how it was crystal clear to me like what the future looked like. And it pretty much played out like that. This stuff, it's like the more I learn, the less clear it becomes. It's just fucking bonkers. And it's like the thing that blew me away about the Gemini thing wasn't that it did what it did. It was that the interface was so completely different, so completely foreign to what we know now that it's like, what's going to be the skill? Is it going to be like right now I kind of feel like if you're good with words, you kind of have an advantage because you can figure out prompting. You're like, oh, I get it. It's like I'm programming with my native language. I'm programming with English is kind of what prompt engineering is. But then GPT-4 Multimodal comes out and you can now upload an image of a whiteboard and just say, what is this? And it will interpret the whiteboard. Do I need ChatGPT 4 Plus? Yes, absolutely, unequivocally. If you can afford the $20 a month, you absolutely need it. They have been limiting access to it. So if you've got the ability to buy it right now, buy it, because they might lock that shit down again. Have you seen the whiteboard demo? Watch this. Let me show you something. This still blows my mind that it can do this. Yeah, just watch. I'm at ChatGPT 4. So one of the things that people ask is, what's the difference between ChatGPT 3.5 and 4? There's ChatGPT 3.5. There's ChatGPT 4. See the difference? But Kyle, there's no difference. Listen, you pattern matchers. Look right here. Look right there. ChatGPT 3.5. Ah? ChatGPT 4. Ah? You get a paper clip. It's Clippy. $20 a month, you get Clippy. But like what it does is fucking insane. It's multimodal. It can see, it can hear, it can talk, it can code, it can analyze data. Like it does all this stuff. Now all these features are kind of buried and hidden, and you kind of have to know how to talk to it. It's connected to the internet. But check this one out. We'll do the vision thing. GPT Vision. So if I click on the little paperclip, I'm going to type in whiteboard. All right, see that whiteboard? Like any other whiteboard you've ever seen. I'm going to upload that, and I'm literally going to say, what is this? Question mark. This is not a whiteboard I made. This is just a whiteboard. I went on Google and I said, find me a whiteboard. And it found this. The image appears to be a photo whiteboard of handwritten notes and drawings for the user interface of a food ordering system, possibly intended for an airport setting. There are three main sections that are visible. Ordering UI, detailing features like food, drinks, payments, toilet plus app. Below that, under users, it specifies business and family and various use cases such as skip the line and fast. In the center are sketches of different screens of the app, including a welcome screen, a menu screen, On the right, there are detailed drawings of the process. Overall, this whiteboard is a brainstorming or planning tool. Okay, so I'm going to say, okay, great. Can you come up with 10 possible names for this app and a marketing tagline for each? Ooh, that's beautiful. GPT Bat. That's beautiful, Silver Fox. Quick Cuisine, Jet Feast, Sky Snack, Gate Plate. Gate Plate's not bad. Arrow Eats, Boarding Bistro, Gate Plate. All right, I like Gate Plate. See, my little talkie thing is just not working. Gate Plate. All right. How do I join the salon? I think we saw that. What's the AI Salon? Sorry, I just joined. Okay, great. Go to the salon.ai. Your on-the-go gourmet gateway. Order, pickup, the tagline of... Okay, so now watch. That's great. Can you make me a marketing concept image of what a poster featuring the interface of the app might look like in an airport? And so now GPT is going to draw. It's going to concept the app that it read off this whiteboard. So people ask, what's the difference between ChatGPT 3.5 and ChatGPT 4? ChatGPT 3.5, you can say, write me some code, write me a poem, write me a project plan. It's remarkable. This is a whole different way of even thinking about what the fuck these things do. So look, you're on the go gourmet gateway. It's got like a clock and food in it, and like there's your airport. And then I can go, that's great. But we're going to have to make the app, aren't we? Period. Can you please write me code for both the front end interface of the ordering screen as well as the back end database that will manage all of the data? Boom. It's thinking. It's going to be quite a significant undertaking. I can provide you with the basic conceptual front end. The front end should use HTML, CSS, plus JavaScript. So here's your code for that. There's your CSS style sheets. There's your JavaScript. So it's giving you your front end components. Little JSON hook. Backend, Node.js plus Express plus MongoDB. So here's your backend code. Now, I don't know enough about code to know if this is actually like functional and good quality code and good quality approach. But someone asked before, like, I'm an iOS developer. Am I going to be obsolete in 5 years? If you're an iOS developer and you are not actively getting your head around what these tools can do, what they're good at, what they're not good at, how to go from janky ass code that comes out of these things today and turn them into something good and usable, that's going to be the skill. I'm interested in API access. Would they have that for Gemini? Yeah, I mentioned that before. That's coming out December 13th. So anyway, you know, in 5 minutes, we went from the prompt here was what is this, right? Yeah, here's the prompt. Is that prompt engineering? No, what that is knowing that ChatGPT has vision and being curious enough to go, I wonder what it can do with that vision. And then understanding that once it can understand what's on this whiteboard, it can extrapolate out from that things like names of the app, marketing approaches, marketing concepts, right? I could also say to that, I hate this concept. I want the app to look more like blah, 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 and it'll redo it. To here's structurally how I would approach creating this app. And if you had someone on your team that was even halfway decent with code, they could take this and probably mock this thing up quickly. And I could say, great, can you mock up an interface of the ordering screen based on what was on the whiteboard? And so now we'll do a little UX UI design. You demand of AI, and if you're stumped, then I'm dead. I am stumped regularly here. I'll tell you what, these lives are fucking humbling sometimes. Someone's like, how do you do this? I'm like, I don't know. And a lot of times what I'm just doing is trying it, because it's like, if I totally flame out and fail, well, we all learn something. Wait, what did it say? I found a few designs that could inspire the interface. One of them is the Weekend Dish app with circle navigation that pops out. These are examples that be adapted. What did it find? It found a site. Oh, wow. It found us a site with some interfaces on it. All right, so what's this one? The Tasty Burger app. I kind of like that. It was ooh, that's really clean. What's that one called? The iOS app food menu. Oh, that's the one with the circles they talked about. All right, I like box 8. Okay, so let's go back here. I like box 8. Can you create an image of an interface inspired by that design that incorporates some of the key elements from the whiteboard concept? So there it actually just showed it connected to the internet. It went out and found a site. I like foggy. Oh, crap. Well, it's going to create something now. I said I like box 8. What the text to speech or speech to text wrote was I like foggy. So it's whatever. We'll see what it does. Whiteboard demo is one of my favorites. I know, Source Camp. This whiteboard demo, I keep doing the same one. I mean, look at that. And so what I'm going to put is, I actually like what you did there, but I mistyped before, period. I liked the box 8 designs you gave me the link to earlier. Can you do 2 new concepts based on that example? Let's see if it goes out and actually looks at that website. We'll see what it does here. If it just goes right into drawing. Thank you, Digital Gods. Thank you, Sherry D. Appreciate that. I've been on the waiting list for the last 2 weeks. Yeah, so just keep staying on the waiting list. But it does look like OpenAI has opened up the waiting list to some people. Thank you, Digital Gods. I appreciate that. That means a lot. AI is like the tribbles reproducing on the USS Enterprise. It totally is. I've heard, does 4 do images? Yep, we're doing it right now. Well, there's your interface. That was sort of inspired by, like, this is like cool and funky interface. Like is this good, solid interface design? I don't know. It might be, but like, if I'm a business stakeholder and I can literally go from taking a picture of a whiteboard. Oh, thank you very much, Drew. Appreciate that. If I can literally go from taking a picture of a whiteboard to naming my product, to coming up with some marketing concepts, to putting some interface ideas together before I meet with my tech team and come up with, recommendations for, tech front end and back end. Imagine the difference the kickoff meeting would be, right? The client actually shows up with a fucking clue. How about that? And then the interface designer could look at this and go, okay, I see what you're trying to get to here, but here are the 16 problems with this design. Okay, great. Go take this as inspiration. Let's have a conversation about what we like about this, what we don't. Oh, and by the way, I kind of like the color palette of this one, and these buttons seem really clear to me. So let's make sure that we, accomplish the clarity of design with this one, with the, something information overload of this one. Great. And then your team can go off and rather than spending a month or 2 months or 6 months, if you're in a corporation, getting to concepts that are not as good as any of this, you knock it out in a couple hours or on a half hour on a TikTok live. Is that prompt engineering? Do I need to learn prompting? No. What I need to do is I need to be like a good liberal arts kind of thinking, horizontal thinking, like, what do I actually want here? And if I'm good at orchestrating these tools to do what they're good at, and then working with people who are experts at those different disciplines to spot check it and say, oh, that's good, that's bad, that's right. So the idea of becoming a Renaissance man or a Renaissance woman where you can be good at lots of things just happened for all of us overnight. If you're willing to get curious and dig into what ChatGPT 4 makes possible, or what Gemini Ultra is going to make possible, or what, eventually Grok is going to get like this. They're all going to get like this. Pi is going to turn from just this conversational thing to a conversational thing that can take actions on your behalf, and maybe even start to do things like this in a conversational mode where you never even have to touch a keyboard. You can literally, like a sci-fi movie, just be talking to your machine and shit starts showing up on screen. And you're like, no, I don't like that. Erase that thing on the left. The thing on the right's okay, but I want it to have circles. Oh, yeah, that's better. What would the 60-second Super Bowl commercial of this thing look like? There it comes. No. Can it be funny? There it comes. Yeah, that's pretty good. It should have a hedgehog in it. Now the Super Bowl commercial has a hedgehog in it. No, not a realistic one. Something that's cartoony but doesn't look like Sonic the Hedgehog. There it comes. What is that world? I don't know. Do I know how to do that? Fuck no. Do you know how to do that? No. Does anyone know how to do that? No. If anyone right now tells you they're an expert at this shit, they're fucking lying. And if you think you're so far behind that you can't catch up, you're completely wrong, because no one knows anything right now. So the only task, in my humble opinion, and I'm not humble, in my opinion, is just get curious and start playing and just start figuring out where the edges are. And if you're like Lunashtick in here, who's got a box full of 50 index cards of app ideas or whatever the ideas were, and you see a tool like ChatGPT, pull out your index cards and start making GPTs. She's made 50 GPTs so far. I mean, I tend to make a GPT a night here, and I think I'm up to like 25. I haven't made 50. She's a machine. Is she a developer? No, she is now. Kyle, can you go over how to use a whiteboard in AI? Can it help me mock up a funnel page? Yes. Like a sales funnel? Or like a I mean, that's what I just did. So the demo that I just did, so I'm in ChatGPT 4, I uploaded a whiteboard. My prompt was literally, what is this? It describes it as a food ordering app for airports. I then had it come up with a name. Based on the name, I said, can you mock up, here, this is great. Can you make me a marketing concept image of what a poster featuring this interface of the app might look like in an airport? And there it is. There's your app. There's the interface. There's the airport. I then said, write me the front end and back end code for it, which it did. And then I said, mock up the interface. And there it is. So you could absolutely do, if you've got a whiteboard example, I love this, you and everyone here. I know, isn't this an amazing community? First of all, thank you for that. But this is what the Salon's about, right? This channel's just a kind of a fun and noisy version of what goes on over there all the time. And it's what's cool is like as much as this is about me, being silly and doing stupid shit like that, what this channel's really about is the people that show up here regularly and are exploring this stuff and sharing what they're learning and going, holy crap, look what I did, Lunashtick. I made 50 of these things. Go check them out. I found a directory service. I put them all up on the directory service. Here's the link to that. Joker. So yesterday I put up, was it was it Lunasticks? Somebody, no, I think it was Lunastick, made a blue duck that was made out of blueberries, and I put that somewhere, and then Joker took that and put it into his GPT that he made, where you can upload an image and then pick an art style, and it rejiggers your thing. And then it made this crazy steampunk blueberry colored duck thing that I made a video out of. And it's like that kind of cross pollination is like what this community's about. So does this mean people will finally appreciate that I'm a utility player, not a specialist? Suzanne, yes. This is my nickname for the era that we're entering is Revenge of the Liberal Arts Major. Seriously. Because everyone that went to school for a specialty execution, I'm a copywriter, I'm an illustrator, I'm a programmer, I'm a this, I'm a that, is being democratized. And it means that anyone can do any discipline. And if anyone can do any discipline, what do we need humans for? Well, you need humans to go, well, wait a minute. If I can do all this stuff, how do I want to combine all those capabilities together to build something? What am I going to build? Who's my audience? What am I trying to accomplish? What problem am I solving? Oh, people should be able to order food. If they only have 15 minutes to catch a flight, they shouldn't have to get on the flight hungry because they don't serve food on planes anymore. Okay, great. So how do you build that? Well, I don't know. We're going to need a concept. We're going to need, code. We're going to need interface. We're going to need marketing. We're going to need this. We're going to need that. Oh, and by the way, I want to be able to launch this app in 2 weeks. Okay, how do you do that? Well, I don't know. You're going to need people that can think across disciplines very, very quickly and assimilate them quickly. The horizontal thinkers are about to come into their power. We've been shat on for years, decades, centuries. The specialists had us. Revenge of the liberal arts major. We're coming back, baby. And Gen Xers not bad too. It's just... Here's another. I think Lunastick did this one too. You can't really see it here. It's like this Victorian chemistry lab. It's the learning lab. Joker, I've made 35. 3 of them are okay. Yeah, I know. A bunch of my GPTs are just useless pieces of steamy poo. But, David Shapiro has some great UBI videos. Yeah, David Shapiro is amazing. He's one. Oh, so that's something I haven't done. Hang on. Hold. Let me go look at some comments here, and then we'll go over. I'm gonna give you a location. I now have a location I can point you to of a whole bunch of different websites that if you want to get curious about this AI stuff, these are the ones. These are where I would start. So I'm going to show you that at the AI Salon. Kyle, go look at Show and Tell. Your doggy is in there. I love it. I love that Champy has become a star. You just get a dog that sings and everybody loves him. He's also cute as a little button. Ooh, that's beautiful. From Claire Jacobs. That looks like an album cover, doesn't it? Isn't that like a 70s album cover? That's beautiful. Beautiful turtle. Jeff Flanagan. I mean, look at this shit. Does it matter that was made with AI? Who gives a shit? Like, that's fucking beautiful. And if someone manufactured that turtle with those cool patterns on it, like, how cool is that? Oh, Becky. So Becky's loves doing quilts, so she's got a GPT that she made to do quilt designs. Look at that. I mean, this is the kind of thing where she's going to be able to go conceive quilts in AI, and then she's got the skill to go make them. The elefuck needs to rise again. Oh, wow. Jeff with the fucking crazy-ass turtles. Those are gorgeous. Silver Fox with the sleeping bat. Look at that. That's gorgeous. I mean, imagine, an art opening that is just like these crazy visions of things that have never existed in the world. Why is that a bad thing? It's not a bad thing. It's just a different tool. Here's from Otto. Check this out. Like, that feels eminently 3D printable. And if you have a 3D printer that does, colors. Champy the cheese eater. The cheese drawer. Oh, that's beautiful, JRC. The fractal dragon. Holy shit, these are great. Wow. From Danielle, like, if you're a crocheter or a knitter and you want gift ideas for the kiddos, just go conceive them here. Holy crap, Jeff Flanagan killing it with these turtles. Jeez. All right, I'm going to go show you something. Okay. So, if you are, isn't this a cool image? I think this is Lunarstick. Is that right? Information. Daisy, yes. That's from Lunarstick. That's the Victorian Learning Lab. This is how you learn here with chemicals. Chemicals for good living. Red dye number 4. It's so tasty. Okay. AI Salon. If you have not joined the AI Salon, I'll say this part up front. It's free. We don't charge money for membership. Because, so this is a group that I started a year and a half ago. Or not a year and a half ago, a year and a week ago. I started this a week after ChatGPT launched because I recognized two things. One, ChatGPT is going to fucking change everything. And two, we're so early at this thing that what's really important is creating a community of people that are curious and adventurous and like choosing to figure this shit out together. Oh, Papa JJ, Jeff Flanagan is my alter ego. Very, very cool. Thank you, Papa JJ. The stuff you're doing is beautiful. Are you from Oklahoma? No, I'm in what's it called? Denver, Colorado. So I'm nearby. In fact, Champy, we adopted Champy. He was found in a ditch in Oklahoma. So Champy is from Oklahoma, and Champy was also. We were his third family. He was a 2-strike dog. So basically what they told us was he's a bit of a handful. And if you return him, he's going to the little puppy house in the sky because he's been returned twice. And if dogs get returned 3 times, they make them go bye-bye. So Champy is the luckiest dog on the planet. He is very, very spoiled. Very, very spoiled. We love our Champy. But anyway, that's how you get to the salon. Okay, when you're at the salon, I just added this. There's a section called Tools and Resources. And if you go to Tools and Resources, it says Top AI Salon Tool Recommendations, last updated today by Kyle Shannon. So this list is the list that I've been showing on this live here for months. So basically what I would do is I would go through this list and I would tell people, take a screenshot, and then you can go type this shit in. And so I took screenshots and I put them into ChatGPT and I said, type that shit out for me. And so I've put these things over here. So what this is this is a list of things that I think are worth your time to spend time learning. So ChatGPT right now is still the best. ChatGPT 3.5 is free. It's very fast. Champy is an Okie. He is. ChatGPT 4 is $20 a month. It's a multimodal. It is worth the investment. Like, there's a reason I like ChatGPT still stands alone. If Gemini Ultra comes out and it knocks this aside, or if it's like, I feel like you should do both, I'll put them here. But right now, nothing has come close to ChatGPT 4. This thing is just stupid powerful. It's stupid powerful. Okay. So then I have important large language models: Claude, Grok, Bard, and MS Copilot. I'm still in the process of writing like editorial about why I think these things are good. So the ones down below are pretty incomplete, but this will get better over time. Microsoft Copilot is free ChatGPT 4. So then you have your specialty LLMs. You've got Pi from Inflection. You've got Perplexity, you've got Llama 2, you've got Poe. Then image creation, there's all your image creation things. So this list is the big long list of shit that I think is worth you spending time learning about. Now, are you going to be really into all this stuff? No. But you should at least fucking know it's possible, right? You should at least understand what Blockade Labs is and what this thing makes possible. Have you guys seen this? I've read and accept this. Don't show this message again. Okay, that I know. Log in. Okay. Skybox Labs is now fully operational. Great. So, oh my God. Stop with the pop-ups. I've used this before. You know this. Okay, so this says dream up this world. So I am going to say, can I hide this? Their interface is overlapping. I don't know what's going on. Weird. I'm going to say, abandoned space station floating through a meteor belt with a fiery planet in the distance. And then I'm going to select a style of, we'll go futuristic. We'll go, do I want cyberpunk? I'll go cyberpunk because it's free. And then I say generate. And so it's going to go make me now this 3D world. We're all like Champy. You saved us, Kyle. Oh, that's very sweet. That's very sweet. No. We're all saving. We're all figuring this shit out together. We are all figuring this shit out together. Listen, this is really exciting stuff. So look, we now have a 3D world that we just spoke in. There's your fiery planet in the distance. I'm in an abandoned space station. There's some crazy ass stuff. I mean, did you know this existed? What are the implications of this? Do you know what the implications of this are? We are not that far from, hey, you know, it'd be cool if I could play a game that was kind of like Gran Turismo racing, but in space, but with cowboys, and where you were actually racing turtles, but they were as nimble as F1 cars. Here you go, play. Do you think the cost will go up once the waitlist opens back up for ChatGPT 4? I doubt it. Not for some time. Where ChatGPT is going to make their money is with enterprise sales. I think what they're doing with our $20 a month is they're probably covering some small percentage of their cost. Running ChatGPT 4 is ridiculously expensive. So your $20 a month right now, it probably doesn't cover Sam Altman's shoelaces. It's but you know, they've got $10 billion in compute from Microsoft, and Microsoft is not going to let them die. So Microsoft is investing like $50 billion in GPU centers. So I don't think for individuals that $20 is going to go up that much. It seems everyone's kind of settling between $15 and $30 a month. The Microsoft Copilot's $30 a month. GPT-4 Plus is $20 a month. Grok, which is completely fucking useless right now, is $16 a month. So like everything's in this same range. So I think for individuals, which platform are you using there? This platform is Blockade Labs. Skybox.blockade Labs, this one here. So this is on this big long list of things that I'm saying you should go play with. Wonder Dynamics is another one. You upload a video of yourself here and pick a robot, and then it replaces you in the video with the robot. Like these things are just flipping crazy. And then here's people to follow. Ethan Mollick, David Shapiro, Paul Raitzer, and Rachel Woods. I might add other people to this. So this is now going to be a living list. So if I've missed something here and you really think something should be here, let me know, and I may add it. What I'm not doing is I'm not adding just crap to this list. This list is like things that I've used and think are worth your time to understand what's coming. Yeah. Whoa. Wow. Exactly. What's the site platform? Movies. Exactly. You will soon make movies. Yeah, you're going to soon. So if you, there's another thing, if you're not paying attention to the game development world, there's a game development engine called Unreal Engine, which just came out with this new system last year called Unreal Engine 5 that it's doing photorealistic, like massive scale. They've basically solved the polygon problem in Unreal Engine 5. And so I saw a thing demoed like 3 months ago called procedural, I forget what it's called, procedural world building or something like that, where they create these components where you just are like, put in a city here, put in a forest there, put in a mountain range there, and it dynamically incorporates them into this sort of infinitely scalable, high-quality world. Well, when they add the ability to talk those worlds into existence with AI, like we are very, very close to having the infrastructure to be able to talk this shit into existence. So, and that's why my mind was so blown with Gemini, where we're going from typing in a text box like Google, like ChatGPT right now, you kind of have to understand words and you have to understand what it makes possible. But we're going to be moving to this very visual kind of interface. If you look at, go watch the video for Apple's Vision Pro when they're talking about spatial computing. They've really thought out what spatial computing is going to look like. Everything's going to be visual moving forward. And then we're just going to talk shit into existence. What are the skills for that world? I don't know. And it's not that far off. Kyle, can you have a long conversation with Pi for us? Ask it something deep. Sure. All right. And I absolutely get and appreciate that there are people in here going, oh, Kyle is just adorably optimistic. He thinks, 30,000 likes. Awesome. You guys are killing it. I absolutely get that I am in a place right now of seeing the possibility. Part of it is that's who I am. Part of it is I think that I've got one of the skills I've developed over the years is I can look at shit and I can go, oh, that's going to be a thing. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be a thing. My company Storyvine was from an epiphany I had when YouTube came out in 2005 when I said, ooh, short form video is going to be a thing. I want to solve that. I was way early. It's not necessarily a good thing. Storyvine's an 11-and-a-half-year-old company. It's just coming into its power right now. People are going like, oh, yeah, that's a good thing. It's been fucking decade of people going like, huh? Why would you need short form video? Huh? What? I don't get it. So I got that skill. And I get that I'm weirdly optimistic about this stuff, but I'm not optimistic like there are no issues, there are no problems, there's no risks. Like, I get all that. These tools are imperfect and janky. I get all that. But if you just play it out and you accept the premise that the tools that I'm showing on this channel, the tools that we're playing with today, are as bad as they're ever going to be. Like, they only get better from here. And they're going to get better quickly. You don't have to connect very many dots before you can see, holy shit, how we do everything is going to be different. How do you deal with that? In the only way that I know how is you get curious and you get hands-on and you start building shit. Knowing that the shit you're going to build, like Joker said, he's built 35 of these GPTs, about 3 of them are interesting. Does that mean that the 32 that suck are useless? No, because he learned how to build. This is like Edison figured out 10,000 ways not to build the light bulb, right? So Joker's figuring out, here's what they're good at, here's what they're not good at. But boy, for these 3, when I run down these rabbit holes, there's something here. So when these tools get better, he's going to be very well prepared to go, ooh, I know what to do with that new feature. Because he read a manual? No, because he smashed a bunch of crap together and found some interesting ways of thinking about stuff. What was I just going to go show? I just made my account on the AI Salon. Awesome. Your excitement about AI is infectious. Awesome, Drew. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's a neurodivergent thing. I can listen to a song and tell you if it's going to be a hit. Yeah, exactly. People have different skills. For me, like, you know what's amazing? All the shit that happened so I did early days of World Wide Web stuff. I sold agency.com in 2002. I started Storyvine, some version of Storyvine in 2006. Like, I missed all of, like, social media. I missed the iPhone. Like, I didn't, because all of that shit felt incremental to me. Like, the iPhone felt like, okay, it's a computer that's smaller. You know, social media felt like, okay, they're websites, but they're smaller. Everything, like, Twitter just felt like, okay, it's like a really simple website that, like, it wasn't that I didn't get it. It's like, okay, it's incremental improvements on the thing. Like, the big thing was the World Wide Web. You clicked on shit. And so it was all these incremental changes and all this infrastructure going in place. And then blockchain and NFTs came out, and I was like, oh, those look interesting. But then the crypto bros, it was just all sort of vaporware. And it's like, I actually think that that stuff's going to come back. Like, I think AI is going to drive us back to that stuff. And then AI came out, and then ChatGPT came out, and it's like, holy shit, this is one of those. Oh, can I have a long conversation with Pi? Okay. I'll do this, and then I gotta go because it's getting late. It's Sunday night, people. What are we doing up? You should be in bed. Hopefully you are in bed. I was talking to someone this last week, and they said, Kyle, you're everywhere. I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, I was talking to some dude about AI, and he goes, oh yeah, I go to sleep every night to this guy Kyle Shannon on TikTok. It's like, that's embarrassing. All right, so if you've not played with Pi, that's how you spell it, Pi. They just came out with an Android app. They were only iOS for a while. So, a little background on Pi. The company that makes it is called Inflection. Inflection raised $1.3 billion. If you know anything about startups, we're in a weird time right now where these AI startups are raising ridiculous amounts of money. An AI startup that raises $50 million for their seed round right now is like, oh, so they're a minor company. They're not taking this thing seriously. It's silly. So Inflection is setting out to build the world's best personal assistant. So right now, what it's optimized for is conversation. So I'm going to put Pi into conversation mode. I'm using voice number 5. She's my Aussie girlfriend. She's very cute. And I'm just going to have a conversation with her. But what I want you to do is sort of, again, play out in the future. Like, where does this stuff go in the future? Right now, Pi is connected to the internet, so I can ask it about current events. And it's very conversational, and I can sort of take it anywhere and play games and things like that. I hope everyone who calls it a tool loses their jobs first. That's funny. But so imagine Pi a year from now is going to be able to take actions on your behalf. So not only will you have a good conversation, you'll be able to say, oh, right, I got the kid's birthday's coming up. Can just get him, figure out what I gave him last year and give him something good. Come up with something good and let me know what you come up with. I'll go off and do that. So anyway, so when you go to Pi, it sort of gives you a little interface like this with some starter questions. And then when you get here, there's a couple of things to note. In the lower left-hand corner, there are 2 different modes of Pi. There's support Pi, and then there's Pi. Just Pi, it's called. I'm going to leave it in just Pi, but support Pi is like therapist. So like that's optimized for having like deep conversations. I'm going to leave it in. I have an idea for something I want to talk about. So you figure out what mode you want to put it in, and then you got this little button right here that looks like a telephone. So we're basically going to call her. So we're going to call my Aussie girlfriend. I'm giving a demo right now, and I want to have a pretty deep conversation with you. You ready? Yes, Kyle, my fiance is very understanding.
Ooh, I'm game. Lay it on me. I'm all ears, or rather virtual ears. Fire away with your deep topic of choice, and I'm prepared to dive into a stimulating, thought-provoking discussion.
So one of the things I talk a lot about is I feel like where we are with generative AI is very similar to the early days of the World Wide Web and what was going on in New York City. Can you validate that for me?
Oh yeah, I can totally see that comparison. It's like the early days of the web, where there was this massive explosion of new possibilities and potential, but also a ton of uncertainty about how it would all shake out. Kind of like the early days of the dot-com boom, but this time it's all about AI. And I mean, let's be real, New York City is the perfect analogy for the current AI scene. Fast-paced, exciting, a little chaotic, but with a lot of energy and creativity.
What was the nickname for New York City in the 90s?
Oh, come on now. You know it was the Big Apple, baby? NYC was the epicenter of the tech world in the 90s, with Silicon Alley booming and the tech scene exploding. Just like the web back then, AI today is like a giant orchard of new ideas and opportunities, full of juicy prospects. Sorry, couldn't resist the fruit metaphors there.
Yeah, I was looking for Silicon Alley, which you mentioned, not the Big Apple.
Tush it, my bad. I was trying to be clever and it backfired. Yes, Silicon Alley was the hotbed of tech startups in NYC, and it was like the Wild West of the tech world. Lots of excitement, innovation, and yes, some failures too. But just like the web revolutionized the world, AI has the potential to do the same. So in that sense, the comparison totally holds up. It's a new frontier of technology.
So last week, Google had a PR debacle where they faked a video when they released Gemini. Can you find an example from the 90s of a similar kind of debacle and compare the two?
Oh man, the dot-com bubble of the 90s was a doozy. There were so many examples of companies that made a big splash and then just completely flopped. One example is the online retailer, Pets.com, which spent a ton of money on Super Bowl ads and even had a mascot, a sock puppet. But in 2000, they went bankrupt. Another example is Webvan, which was an online grocery delivery company that raised over
So I mean, you can just go on and on. You can talk about personal shit. You can talk about current events. You can have her create a game. Like one thing that I would encourage you to do is what's fascinating about Pi is that you can go to pi.ai, and it looks just like ChatGPT. And you can treat it like ChatGPT, and you will smash your face into a brick wall out of frustration. Because Pi is actually really horrible at being a good back and forth like ChatGPT is with text. It's optimized for voice. So like what I would encourage you to do is get Pi, put it in conversation mode, like get in your car when you've got like a 2-hour trip and just talk to Pi for 2 hours. It is a completely different experience. It's functionally doing almost the identical thing that ChatGPT is, but it's a completely different experience. And if you try to use this thing like you use ChatGPT at your desktop, it will frustrate. It's madness. Like it's awful. It's awful. But a 2-hour conversation, like learning a new thing or having it like I had like a 45-minute trip I was taking, and I said, what are the top 10 business books that are going on right now? And it told them to me. And I said, oh, that one sounds interesting. Tell me more about that. And then we went back and forth, and I said, well, what are some of the concepts that are underneath that book? And like we ran down this whole rabbit hole that this book introduced us to. It wasn't like I was reading the book. It was like I was getting the cliff notes of it and then saying, ooh, those are interesting concepts. Let's go explore other rabbit holes from that. It's just, it's wild. So anyway. All right, you crazy people. There's 160 people in here. It's like 10:30 in Denver. It's after midnight in New York. There's 160 people in here. Y'all are weirdos. Do me a favor. If you like this, follow my channel. I'd like to get a decent chunk of followers. I got a pretty good amount now, but I'd like to grow this. Check out the AI Salon. So the AI Salon meets every other week. We have a virtual meeting. We also meet in person here in Denver. We're going to switch this up a bit. Every other week, we're going to have what I think I'm going to call the global meeting, which is a virtual meeting where everyone comes. And then on the off weeks, we're going to do local chapters. And the local chapters are going to be physical in-person meetings where you can go meet people that are trying to figure this shit out. And not just technologists, like all of us, weirdos. People who are retired, people who are doing law, people who are doing storage businesses, like Jim Ross, who's fucking awesome. You want a mind trip? Like, check out Jim Ross and what he's doing with AI in his business. His business has zero to do with AI. He is fucking all in on it. Every challenge he's facing in his business, he's trying to solve it with AI, and he's solving most of them, and he's like doing just remarkable shit. Like, so that's what that's about. If you want to support this channel, you can subscribe to it. You can buy the series that's in one of the corners here called Underhyped, which is just a series of like 17 or 18 videos that I did. By the way, the like tappers, you carpal tunnel people who've been tapping for 2.5 hours, we're up to 34,000 likes. You're amazing. And that's it. So first of all, I want to thank the mods for I know I went down some rabbit holes, so I didn't get to a lot of questions. Wait, you mean like in person, like physically being around them? Weird. I know, Forever Hooked. It's going to be odd. It's like, no, but what hit me was we did our 1-year anniversary party for the salon, and we had like 90 people online, and the Denver thing was just not quite there. And what I realized was the Denver in-person meeting is essentially just a watch party, like watching a Zoom call. So it's not really like an in-person meeting. And so I thought, well, why don't we have like real in-person meetings and we can do them all over the place? It just seems like something that'll be a really good thing. So anyway. Yep, starting an AI group in my apartment building. I have 5 signed up so far. Awesome, Source Camp. That's great. That's like, okay, isn't that cool? She's starting an AI group in her apartment building. She's gonna have like a mini thing like this of people in her building. All right, so to my subscribers, thank you, Tobias. That's really cool. Very nice. Does anyone else have AI for their full-time? Do AI for their full-time job? Everyone, irregulars, mods present turtles, llamas, or hedgehogs, or now blue ducks. I've got to update the graphics in here for the subscribers. All right, so we'll do the romper room thing here. Source Camp, great to see you. Forever Hooked, thank you. Debbie, great to see you. Welcome to the salon. Janu, Sherry D, thank you so much. Clint Copperhead, Digital Gods, Hair Growth Geek. I'm here every Tuesday in Phoenix, but I can't get into your meetup. We'll fix that. There's something weird there. Teaching my primary kids about AI next term. Awesome, Mike. That's awesome. Do that. Education's so important right now. Like I'm weirdly passionate about it because I've never been passionate about education in my life. Total Wellness. Christopher Ramsey, thanks for being a subscriber. One-on-one. Mike T-Rock, good to see you. Becky Rue. Thank you. Nice quilt tonight, by the way. That was very cool. Bob Hamilton. Let's see who else we got. Do I got everyone else? I think that's it. Shadow Ranger 526. Can I use AI to make my own custom AI? Yes. Get ChatGPT 4 or go to Poe.com and make a Poebot. Yes, you can. You can do that right now tonight without knowing any code. Starting an AI group. Pate Motter, good to see you. All right, everybody. Happy Sunday night. Really cool hanging out with you. My eyes are starting to water because I've been on too long. My ass is numb. It's time to go. My voice is closing up. Great seeing y'all. This is a fun night tonight. Peace out, everybody.